So whose fault is it anyway? Well, that's what we got to determine today after they had the vote to open up the government again and lift the debt ceiling. Well, John Boehner comes in first and he says, look, we fought the good fight. We just didn't win. I actually think that's probably the most accurate analysis there is. I mean, of course, to us it wasn't a good fight, but Boehner went all the way with it. Just hours before we ran into the debt ceiling issue on October 17th and then finally conceded what, of course, was obvious to a lot of us from the get-go, but his Tea Party had pushed him to fight it. And in fact, a rare credit to the Tea Party, you would think that since they're completely unreasonable, since Boehner at the end relented and put the clean bill up for a vote, that they might have turned on him, but they didn't. They said, all right, Boehner, he gave it everything he had. We just couldn't get the votes. They're right about that. Okay, now, they asked the Senate Republicans, hey, did you get anything out of this fight? Kelly Ayotte from New Hampshire says, no. I think the answer is no. This is a quote I enjoyed. Jeff Flake, senator from Arizona, says, well, maybe this is what we got out of it, that we know not to go down this road to a shutdown again. That may be something at least. But Senator Flake, I wouldn't get too excited. I don't think the Tea Party side has learned that at all. A lot of the House Republicans and Senator Ted Cruz still insisting that the problem was they were not far right enough in this fight. Okay. And then John McCain was asked whether the Tea Party learned anything. I love this quote. He said, I don't know. You'll have to interview them. I'm sure they're always happy to be interviewed. That's a nice little shot at guys like Ted Cruz who are constantly on camera. Speaking of which, Ted Cruz was asked, did you get something out of it? And he said, quote, it does give us a path going forward. I hope in time the Senate begins to listen to the American people. Now, for Christ's sake, I'm going to say it for the millionth time. Ted Cruz, the American people are not on your side. 74% were against the shutdown. You were for the shutdown. 24% approval rating for the Republican Party. And it's down to a record low. Why? Because of people like you, Senator Ted Cruz, because the American people are not on your side. How dumb are you? How thick-headed are you that you still can't get that through your head? But of course, the reality is Senator Cruz doesn't care about the American people. He just wants the Republican primary voters on his side. And on that, he might have actually gotten a mission accomplished sign. So now, as far as whether they got anything accomplished in the real world, I love Representative Tom Massey's quote on that. He's a Republican of Kentucky. He says, there's nothing in this for conservatives, not even a bright or shiny object. And what this does is it sets a precedent for no more bright, shiny objects and no reforms. I don't know how you negotiate up from this capitulation. Now, he's not saying that sarcastically or anything like that. He really wanted a nice, shiny object. He's one of the Tea Party guys. And he thinks this whole thing was a capitulation, and he wanted to go further, and he wanted to go past the debt ceiling. It's hilarious because the whole time the Democrats have been saying the Republicans are like spoiled children. And here comes a guy who's one of the people that they were criticizing saying, where's my shiny object? I didn't even get a shiny object. I wanted to shut the government down more. I wanted to default on our debt. I wanted a shiny object. I might not even get one later. Unbelievable. Just listen to them and you get a sense of exactly what they're up to. They couldn't get their shiny object. Yeah, now let's go to Senator Tom Coburn for a second. I know, how insane is this world that Senator Tom Coburn is one of the voices of sanity, right? Republican, very right wing of Oklahoma. He says, well, what we might have learned is to have a, quote, a coordinated strategy that's based on reality rather than that's not. You would hope that most of your strategies would be based on reality. But by the way, has Tom Coburn joined the reality-based world? No. He was one of the 18 that voted to go past the debt ceiling and default on our debt. He voted no. He's like, I'd like a reality-based strategy. But not yet. Not yet. Let's keep going in this insane direction for a while longer. Then finally we get to Representative Mick Mulvaney, who begins to tell you what's in store for us next. So he says, somebody asked whether it would be different next time in January, February, whenever we take this up again. The natural inclination is to say, no, it will be exactly the same. But if we can figure out a way to drive that message home, that this is about fairness, then the outcome may well be different. Now, did you understand what's happening there? Number one, he's saying, we just moved this to the government to the January, debt limit to February, et cetera. We didn't do this again. We're going to try to shut it down again. And look, we lost this time and the outcome likely won't be different unless we do a lot of messaging. In other words, spend a lot of that Koch brothers money in ads, etc., and so that we can now frame it as we're the ones that are looking for fairness. Good luck with that one, okay? But he says, we're coming again. We're going to do it again. If you don't believe him, let's go to Representative John Fleming, Republican of Louisiana. He says, quote, I'll vote against it, but that will get us into round two. See, we're going to start this all over again. So have they learned any lessons? Apparently the answer is hell no. They haven't learned a damn thing.